guys, it's Huff. I'm back again, and I am going to do a tag that a couple of my favourite YouTubers actually started. It is called the All-Time Beauty Tag. That'll be Niki Murphy and Britt. I will leave links to both of their channels down below. They started this out as a collab, and then heaps of other people are starting to do it. So I've not really been although I've loved makeup all my life pretty much, I've not really been into makeup, so this is actually kind of challenging, and I could probably do it in 12 months time and have completely different answers to the ones that I'm going to give you right now. So yeah, so it's just straightening things out. So there is some all-time favourite products, and then there are some questions. So the first one is all-time favourite blush. I honestly don't have one. I probably really only started wearing blush in the last 12 months, and none of them are my favourite yet. There's not one of them that I put on and think, oh my gosh, that looks like amazing. So I honestly cannot answer that question. The second one is all-time favourite bronzer, and that would actually have to be the Fashionista custom design bronzer. I don't even know if you can get this anymore, and it is in the colour Barcelona. As you can see, I've nearly used this one up. It's the right kind of tone for, excuse all the swatches on my hand, it's the right kind of tone for my skin without being too orange or too dirty looking. I'm going to miss this one's gone. I actually have to repress this, but that would be my all-time favourite bronzer. I'm going to obviously have to find a new one. All-time favourite foundation. Again, this is a really hard one. I haven't really found one that I'm 100% in love with. My current favourite is the only one that I'm currently using that doesn't look like shit on my skin, although I am going to be testing a lot of them, is the CoverGirl True Blend, which is really funny because I know at least 2 people who've done this tag consider CoverGirl their least favourite brand. I don't know, maybe CoverGirl in Australia is different to CoverGirl in America? I don't know. Anyway, this one doesn't sink into my pores and make my skin look like shit. So that makes it my current favourite. Favourite brushes. I have 2 favourite brushes at the moment. One of them is the Models Prefer brush that came with the Day to Night Shadow palette. I particularly like the big fluffy brush, and I use that for blending out, doing my transition colour. Really, really, really like this brush. And the other one is my e.l.f. blush brush. I really like the black handled e.l.f. brushes as opposed to the I have another one here that, like, this is one of the e.l.f. professional, this is like the professional bronzing brush, and it's just not as soft, and it's like yucky. So I don't like the white handled ones, I like the black handled ones much better. So that's my other favourite brush at the moment. My all-time favourite lipstick. It's really not fair because there are so many lipsticks in the world. But the one I'm going to go with is my MAC Viva Glam Rihanna, which looks like that. It's not an everyday colour really, although I've been wearing it fairly regularly. I'm not wearing it right now, I'm wearing something different, but I think the reason this is my all-time favourite is because it was the first MAC lipstick that I ever actually bought. I bought Heroin with it at the same time, and purple is my favourite colour, but I don't like how the Heroin feels on my lips as much as I like how this feels. I can wear this all day long without any problem. The Heroin one tends to, I don't know, it just doesn't quite work the same way. So that would be my current all-time favourite lipstick. palette. Well, again, I don't have a lot of palettes. I mean, I have palettes, but they're like lower end palettes, and they're good, but they're not great or anything. So at the moment, my current favourite is my Lorac Mega Pro. I've only used this maybe once, other than to swatch a few of the colours. So it is basically, you can see I've played around with indigo a little bit, but it's basically brand new, hasn't really been touched, and it's only my favourite because it is my first high-end palette. It was my first splurge that I bought myself makeup-wise, other than the MAC lipsticks. So, yeah, that is why. Yeah, so I probably should use it a lot more, but I'm trying to use up another palette, so I haven't been really touching that one. All-time favourite highlighter. Again, highlighter is not something that I've really used a lot until recently, but the highlighter I keep going back to at the moment is NYX's Mosaic Powder in highlighter, which looks like that. Looks like that when you swirl it all together. It works for my skin tone. I mean, I'm wearing it at the moment, you probably can't tell because there's no like sunlight, so nothing's glinting off my face. But that would be my all-time favourite at the moment. Mascara. Okay, well, low end, again, is another CoverGirl product, funnily enough. It's actually the Clump Crusher. It is my preferred everyday kind of mascara if I'm not doing a full face of makeup. But it isn't my favourite all-time one. My favourite all-time one I do not actually have on me, and that is the Lancome Hypnose. I haven't tried the Hypnose Drama or any of the others, just the ordinary original Lancome Hypnose. It's like $52 a bottle in Australia, for a tube in Australia. But I really, really loved the way that one made my lashes look. And one day when I can afford it, or if I find it on sale, or like in a kit or something at like Christmas time, then I'll probably pick it up because I really liked it. Okay, so they are the first bit. Now to the questions. What is your all-time favourite thing about YouTube? There's so much that I like about YouTube. Subscribers and making friends and all of that kind of stuff. But I think personal growth, the fact that it helps you grow as a person, is one of my favourite things about being on YouTube. Out of all your makeup products, what is your all-time favourite one that you have to have at all times? I guess some people wouldn't consider it a makeup product, but I do because that's me. And that would be moisturiser with sunscreen in it. As you can tell, I'm deathly pale. And in order to keep being deathly pale, I actually quite like being deathly pale, one needs a sunscreen, especially when one burns very quickly in the sun. So that would actually be my number one most important makeup product of all time, is moisturiser with sunscreen. You might not consider it makeup, I do. What is your least favourite thing about YouTube? I'd have to say it's that feeling like you're invisible. Like you've put hours and hours of work into making a video and you put it up and you're all excited and you think people are going to love it, and then you get like 3 views. And you just think, like, you know, how do I get out there? And it's like, it's not because I do it, you know, necessarily to be popular or famous or whatever, but it would be nice to feel like you've been noticed and acknowledged, and, you know, or if you make a really interesting video or something that's maybe a little confronting or whatever, and you get like no comments on it at all, you kind of feel like, well, why aren't people commenting? And yeah, so it's that kind of the lack of interaction that actually happens sometimes. That and being completely ignored by bigger YouTubers, like when you ask a question or you make some kind of comment and they don't even acknowledge the fact that you've done so, that I find really frustrating. Who is your all-time favourite YouTuber? I think I'm going to have to say Graveyard Girl. She was really my segue into the beauty community. I saw her do something else and then I really liked her. She's cracked me up so much. And I started watching more of her videos, and she started doing more kind of beauty-based ones, and when she did that, it sort of opened up this new doorway kind of thing. And she's one YouTuber that I pretty much watch all of her videos. I have a lot of subscriptions, so I don't necessarily watch all of anybody's videos, especially if it's on something I'm really not interested in. But on the whole, I like watching Bunny ones because she tends to make me smile even if I'm having a really shitty day, so she's probably my favourite. What is your all-time favourite makeup product to apply? I don't have a favourite product to apply because I like all of them. They all have their strengths and their weaknesses, and they all have the ability to transform how somebody looks or how somebody feels. But I really think lipstick finishes a look off, and that kind of like, you know, you've done all your eye and everything, and then you add a good lip and it just, it's like, yeah, so that would probably be it. What is your all-time least favourite makeup product to apply? Eyeliner. Especially liquid eyeliner. Trying to get like a wing to actually work properly and be like even and like today I was actually intending to do quite a thin eyeliner, and then I kind of like, somebody distracted me. I kind of went bleh on my eyelid and ended up having to do quite a thick wing. Turned out okay, I'm not complaining, but it's such a pain in the ass to try to get them even and to look right. And often with like liquid ones, they start to go dry because you've had them open for like 30 seconds, and so you've got to like close them and shake them. They're kind of worth it, but they're a pain in the ass. What is your all-time favourite brand of makeup? Honestly, I don't have one. I don't have enough of any one brand to say that it's my favourite, really. I have a little bit of a lot of different brands, but I don't have anything that I've tried that I'm just like, everything in the brand is wonderful. There's always something in every brand that is kind of like crap, and you just think, ugh. So I currently really don't have one. I really would like to explore more brands and, you know, try different things in different brands. Yeah, so I don't have a favourite, and yeah, so what is your all-time least favourite brand of makeup? Well, that would probably have to be the Kmart brand of makeup. It's basically pretty crap. It's really, really cheap, and it's really, really crap. But yeah, I haven't bought it for ages because I didn't like the couple of products I did have. So, but again, I haven't owned enough of any one particular brand to say that the whole brand actually stinks completely. So, yeah, I don't really have a least favourite. But the only brand I really do stay away from now is that Kmart brand, not the EXO brand. There's another one in Australia. And it's not worth spending the small amount of money on it that it actually costs. You might as well buy something else. Even the EXO brand is better than it, and it is a fairly cheap brand as well. Of course, they're drugstore brands, so you can't really expect anything major from them. In terms of higher end brands, there are none of them that I don't particularly like because I haven't got enough of any of them to judge. So that makes doing tags like this bloody difficult. What is the one all-time lesson you have learned from being on YouTube? Be yourself. Don't be fake. Don't put on an act. Don't try to be something that you're not. Just be who you are. People are more likely to like you because you are who you are than they are if you're pretending to be something that you're not. And the other thing is, don't be a freaking infomercial. Like, if your whole video just sounds like you're trying to sell stuff to other people, then you're just... people aren't going to watch you in the end because they're just going to be like, it's like an ad. You know, people generally go and make coffee during ads. They don't usually watch them. And number 10, final question. Which of all your all-time friends should do this tag? Tamara should do this tag. And probably Tila as well, even though I know she's not making as many videos at the moment and she's not really sure about whether she should be making videos. She should be making videos. And she'll probably answer a lot of the questions the same way I do. Like, I don't know. But still, do it anyway. Who else? I think a lot of the other people that I would pick have probably already been tagged by Niki or Dawn or Britt. Yeah, so... yeah. But if you see this video and you actually have an opinion on any of these things, then you should probably do this tag. If nothing else, because Niki and Britt made it and it's a really cool kind of tag to do. Yeah, so that is my all-time beauty tag. If you would like to follow me, click down there and subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up if you like tag videos. And leave me a comment or any questions down below and I will get back to you. And I will see you in my next video. See ya.